Hey everyone, Matthew here, MMA Uncensored. We are live, we are back. We have a special guest for you today. He's actually going to be fighting here in celebrity boxing, Drew Mornese. We actually have him in the house. Bear with me 1 second. Let's bring him on.
Matt, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. How are you doing?
Not bad out here in Jersey. Just getting ready to see fights tomorrow. Jake's fighting Ben, training, What about you?
Another day in the paradise, man, over here in Florida. You know how it goes.
That's where that guy MOURNET I'm fighting from, actually.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah. They said they could fight out there. I'm about to find out, though, for real. So the streets are calling out there. I don't know.
They've got some pretty good camps down south, man.
Jersey's breeding killers. I'm training with some real killers daily. People that they don't even see it behind the scenes, what I'm doing. The MMA fighters I'm training with. Phil Caracappa, Matt Caracappa, Paul Capaldo. The list goes on. I'm at Dante Rivera's, BBJ. I'm at Nick Catone's. I'm traveling. I'm at training with a 6'3" black belt 3 days a week. Like, I'm taking fighting seriously because I like to fight. Like, and I'm trying to see what celebrity boxers want to try to fight me, because I honestly don't think their skill sets are matchable, honestly.
So where do you see your skill set above like your average celebrity boxer?
I've been watching like Jake Paul fight Nate Robinson. I think that whole fight was a joke. I don't think either one of them are that skilled. Nate was horrible. He's falling all over the place. They got caught up in clinch a couple times. Jake just took advantage of getting on his blind side, like fading him, just pumping, hitting him, and then backing up and just hitting his blind side. It's very simple boxing tactics. Anyone can learn that has a little athletic ability in 2 months, 3 months. Like, honestly. And I see how hard these other MMA fighters and these boxers work, and it's a shame they're like taken away from him because he's getting all this fame for nothing, really. Well, and he's training, I guess. Yeah, definitely. But I just think the athletic ability is just not there.
And you're talking about Jake Paul?
Yeah, I see one. He's got one of his friends, Bryce Hall. It's like some little kid trying to fight on this card. I would love to show these kids that they can't fight. Like, it's crazy. The little boys is trying to come up, basically, because they got YouTube fame, which is awesome. I'm not knocking the hustle. I would do the same thing, but like, some of them just have too big of mouths. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I've been sitting back for years not trying to fight these fighters, and I'm just training with them to get myself in better shape while I'm building my businesses. But now that people are just out here just calling shots, I'm like, all right, you might as well just fight whoever then, Whatever makes money makes sense. People down the Jersey Shore have been watching me fight for years. It's just about time to put it in the ring, honestly.
So how long have you been training?
I haven't actually stopped working out in over 10 years. I've trained 6 days a week for 10 years. How long have I been boxing or MMA fighting? About 5. I've been getting punched in the face for 5 years. So
nice.
So this guy, Wide Neck, he just fights like anyone that wants to bang out, basically, I'm thinking. So it's just another walk in the park for me, another day at the gym, me just putting on entertainment, putting on a show. And this time no one can stop me, because when I'm coming full force at him, it's not going to be slow at all. Like, my whole thing is explosive energy, and I'm going to bring all the energy June 12th, man. Like, they're going to say that kid should be fighting Lamar Odom next. That's what they're going to be saying. When they see how I get in tight in his rib shots, it's not going to be pretty, man. Definitely not.
So how do you see the fight going? What round do you see what are your predictions?
It's almost not even a prediction. It's kind of like whatever I want to do. That's how I'm seeing this fight.
Okay.
It's going to be my fight. Like, he's fighting my fight. That's how I look at some of these fights. It's a chess match, but when you just want to play it better, you can just do whatever you want, really. What I want to do to him is I want to sit there and pick him apart for a round and just wear him down and then just clobber him second round. And that's it. Leave him over the ropes, whatever.
Trying to show off your skills.
Exactly. I mean, could I go out there and just shoot my load and just tee off on the guy? I could. But I don't really get much out of that, honestly. I'd rather just sit there and Floyd him for a round, and then the second round just come in and just dabble him.
Okay. Now, I know you mentioned building your businesses. Let's talk about them for a second. You've got a Apex Sport. What made you want to come up with that?
So I used to work for Pro Subs back in 2016.
Okay.
A couple of the supplement companies, and I built brands inside, outside. Went to different events, traveled with some brands, helped build social media aspects. And it was only a matter of time, so I was like, okay, I want to take some of my ideas and make my own brand. And, you know, they try to leech you on, like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this. They'll tell you can't do things when they're always in your reach, but just how far you want to reach, how much you're going to invest in yourself. And I just love, like, sponsoring athletes, fighters, and people that want to support me back, you know, because it's a blessing that I'm even can wake up every day and not having to work for somebody else, or just show off my new ideas and come out with new products. Like, and the research and the development behind the products sometimes is just like unmatched. Like some of the fat burners out there that are on the market, I just pick the best formulated ones and then reformulate them and try new ones until one hits, you know. Like when I grew up, I tried every pre-workout, literally every one. Figured out what I liked in them. Then I made my own when I was 27, 26. So now it's a matter of time to like build myself to show the world these products work. And that's another reason why you take a flight, to show people these performance products work.
Oh, of course. So you're basically, proponent of your own products.
Yeah, basically a test subject, right?
Okay. Well, I didn't want to say test subject.
Well, you know what? When you have unlimited supply of EAAs, immune products, fat burners, test boosters, you got pre-workout. I wake up every day, I have everything I need. I just need to put the work in, and I do. I wake up, I jog, I go to the gym, I lift weights, I then go box, I come back, I do it again the next day. And I didn't even have the opportunity till recently to showcase my skills when celebrity boxing opened up. Like, I was never going to MMA fight. I was never going to step on stage in a thong either to bodybuild. But now that celebrity boxing's hot and I'm a celebrity, why not? Like,
so you've just been patiently waiting for your time to shine, man, show off that skill set.
Basically, man, I've been fighting MMA fighters for a couple of years now, just waiting until, just trying to improve myself, honestly. In the beginning, that's what it was about. And I seen an opportunity, and I was like, you know what? Like, I can easily do this because I already do it. And I watch these guys, and I see skill set. Like, they're not that good. Some of these, I mean, there are good ones. Don't get me wrong. But, like, Bryce Hall, I don't know what people are doing with this guy. Some of these other guys are fighting.
No, go ahead.
Some of these other guys that are fighting, it just doesn't make sense. You think Jake Paul's good? You watch him.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Jake Paul, you think he's skilled?
Oh, man, when people ask me about Jake Paul, I was a wrestler. So I go for people that have, believe the sport. Some of the most successful people in the world were wrestlers.
You would know then, man. I think Ben Askren's just going to stand back, and Jake can hit him all he wants. I don't think it's really going to hurt Ben Askren.
Well, he's got a lot in him, man. Ben Askren, he's a good, tough athlete. Now, I've also seen Jake Paul, and I've seen him box. But again, you never really know until you put two people. I mean, look at Ben Askren and George Masvidal's fight. No one saw it going that way within seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that, 100%. I mean, the flying knee for a takedown is really obviously there, but like Jake doesn't even have that opportunity.
No,
he's got to punch this guy that is hard-headed and used to sticking his head in between people's necks and punching them on the ground, and he's going to punch that guy in the face until he can wear that guy down. He definitely doesn't have more cardio than that guy. So I just see that Jake getting gassed out, and this guy just throwing little shots, even if he's repetitive. TKO on Jake, because Jake's going to have his hands up and just beat. But like 6th, 7th round, that's what I think. How long is the fight?
This is one of those fights that's, what do you call those? Not preliminary, but, kind of like a show, man. So I when these things pop on, it's like a horse and pony show. You never know how long they're going to last.
Yeah. But you don't know how many rounds the fight is?
I do not. I'll be honest with you.
It's got to be like 10, right?
Well, I figure this, and we actually had Ben Askren on the show. Ben Askren, he calls it in the 7th round. Jake Paul, he's calling it really early. But like you were saying, with someone like, Ben Askren, who's, puts his head in small places, training, has been on the Olympic level,
He's training with Freddie Roach.
Hmm?
He's training with Freddie Roach. One of the fighters I train with every day, Matt Caracappa, trains with Freddie Roach. Matt hits unbelievably hard. Retarded. Ridiculous hard. So he's training with Freddie Roach. It almost 2 months with Freddie Roach is equivalent to a year with people Jake trains with. It doesn't even matter. It's not comparable. So I think Ben Askren definitely has learned something in the last 2 months, definitely. And he'll showcase.
I mean, he's definitely an unorthodox person to be put in a boxing ring with gloves. It's out of his element. But again, he's done one of the toughest sports there is. So you got to give the man credit.
He seems like somebody that could put his mind to something and get it done.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I think that it could work out in his favor, honestly.
Yeah, no. And I'm excited to see the fight. I know a lot of fans they call it a joke. They don't really care about the fight, but
It's selling tickets.
Yeah, it brings people to the sport.
Now, back to wrestling. I love wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. If jiu-jitsu wasn't a part of it and I had 5 years of my life to dedicate to jiu-jitsu, I would MMA fight. But jiu-jitsu is a whole nother ballgame. Wrestling's fun, takedown defense, the whole nine. I live with a great wrestler, Phil Caracappa. Body locks that I've learned from this kid are insane. Insane. I think I can take down anybody almost. So,
nice. So you're pretty well-rounded.
Around what you could do, So
you're pretty well-rounded then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With that, just even balance in the ring. I'm not falling down. So I think Wide Neck's tripping all over his feet the whole fight. Shout out to Roy Jones Jr. for training him, but he's gonna be tripping all over the whole ring June 12th. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be very entertaining.
So let me ask you then, if there was one celebrity that you could just say, you know what, I want to fight this guy, put this guy in front of me, who would it be?
I don't actually hate anybody, so that's a hard question. But can I say I think this guy would be a good match for me, or this guy I mean, there's always that. There's a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers, influencers. My skill set, what I'm here to do is, as the owner of a supplement company like Apex Sport, is prove to the world I can box first, fight someone like Wide Neck, knock him out, and maybe come back and fight a boxer, someone that's skilled where you think I can't beat them, but then I shock the world because I put in the work.
Not a basketball player or wrestler. You want a boxer.
I can sit here and name Bryce Hall. I can name Mike the Situation. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Ronnie from the Jersey Shore. Where is he at? He's out here just talking shit to everyone down Jersey. Put him in a ring against me. I'd love to punch him in the face. But that's not going to prove anything to the world,
Yeah. It might sell some tickets.
Is fighting a boxer. And that I'm here to prove something, that my products work and my training works. I guess it's first knock out Wide Neck and see who wants to smoke after, really.
Right.
Yeah, Wide Neck's not a bad dude either. People think I don't know what they think, but he's training with Roy Jones Jr. He's 6 foot tall and he got long arms, man. He could fight, but I'm just really aggressive and I don't think he can take me at all. Met him, nice guy, nothing against him personally, but it's all business June 12th, man. You know how that is.
Oh, that's nice, man. And you got a really humble way of going about it, too. That's the way fights should be. Shake hands after.
Yeah, I want to see him try to fight. I want to fight. I want a fight. I don't want to just go in there and just move around so that they can't fight, or I don't want to not have a challenge. Because honestly, the challenge is what gets you motivated to work harder during the fight.
So when you're training, what do you think about? What are some of the things that go through your mind when you're in there?
That's who you're training against. Because some of the guys I train with are just top level athletes that it's just I'm training some of these guys I'm fighting and I'm kind of worried about actually physically getting hurt half the time, where you want to play defense too, and you don't want to just take any shot that's there. because these guys will take your head off. It's not a joke training with some of these guys. Like I train with I spar weekly and an MMA fighter who's 1-0. He's got the fastest knockout in CFFC history, 6 seconds. His debut. This kid is 170 pounds. His name's Nick Caracappa. He hits so hard that if he just hits you in the body, you're probably being bruised the next day. 12-ounce gloves, 4-ounce gloves, whatever. If you got to look up this kid's knockout. It's incredible. It's incredible. 6 seconds. Kind of like a Masvidal knockout, but with his hands. He just hits so hard that it's just like, Weidneck can't hit me that hard. I don't think Jake Paul can hit me that hard. So it's just, I'm training to already be hit that hard. It's like going to the gym, bench pressing 400 pounds, but having someone lift the bar off your chest and then going to bench 300 next week. Training to get beat.
What gym are you training out of?
Dante Rivera's BBJ, Juice Box. Been over to Nicatone's, been over to there's a karate gym with an insane instructor here named Carl Bean. He's a 6'3" black belt. This guy's basically a ninja. He trains me with combat. It's kind of like a Tony Ferguson training. I fight in the garage. I fight my roommate who's an MMA fighter. I go for my own runs. Been like that my whole life, basically. So it's time to just stick to business, you know.
So is this something? No, go ahead.
I got actually Paul Robinson. You know who that is? UFC fighter.
Yeah. Heard of him.
He's training me next week, actually, 1-on-1. He's a friend of mine.
Okay.
So, and he's like the hardest hitter in the UFC. So just to be training with someone like him is incredible. I couldn't ask for anything else, honestly.
You see yourself boxing after this, lining up more fights?
Like I said, man, whoever thinks they can beat me up, that's a celebrity. I honestly want to fight a retired boxer or a boxer that's already proven himself at this to prove that my supplements work. And I think that's the route I want to go. I'd be the influencer trying to fight a fighter then. And it's the more popular route now, like Jake trying to fight Ben, similar style, like Dylan Dennis. Like, I don't think he could fight. Do you? You've seen his fights. He's toe tapping everybody out on the ground. Just yapping on Instagram, just talking about his knee. Like, Gordon Ryan's ripping apart daily. Like, let's be serious. So, but Gordon Ryan's got balls, goes and signs one championship contracts out here saying, yo, I'll meet you at Ricardo MMA's and roll with you any day, put your money up. And the guy's not even answering him. So, like, and I know that gym too. So, it's just a different atmosphere I'm in now with some of the shit I can get involved in. It's just like a door that I never even thought would be open.
And you keep bringing up your supplements, man. So it must be really, really inspiring to know that you have this brand and you have everything at your fingertips while you're training. That's got to be, pretty cool.
Yeah, bro. Like my EAs are right here.
Okay, check them out.
Yeah, so to train with like a recovery product like this daily, I mean, I have everything. I got fighters, I got products. If I go out there and lose, there's another whole topic here because then I'm not doing something right with my life because I have everything at my fingertips I need. You just don't put the work in. That's the only way. And I put a lot of work into what I want. And I want to show the world I'm an entertainer. I can fight. I can box. And I can take on someone that's good after. That's what I'm training for. I'm training to run through wide neck and take on whoever wants to be tough after, whether it's Jake Paul's cousin, whether it's a Jersey Shore guy, whether it's wide neck's boy who's got 3 eyes, whoever it is that makes money.
The skinny neck guy, man. You gonna beat him up too?
He's actually supposed to like corner wide neck or something. I mean,
oh man,
he can get it too. I mean, but I don't think he wants it. I think he's brain dead.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna have to be at this fight, man. We're gonna have to be there to get some interviews from you guys.
Lamar Odom, Aaron Carter, that's a good fight, maybe.
Let's talk about that. How do you feel about Lamar Odom, star basketball player, guy from the Kardashians, stepping in the ring?
It makes you think about the world, right? Like Dogecoin's blowing up right now, like at the same time. Like, what is the point of that? I think it's a new way to show him like super relevant now. I think he kind of fell off a little bit, to be honest. I think Aaron Carter has a lot more of a chance than people think. And I'll tell you why. I think that Aaron Carter's a tough kid. And I think that no one realized how big Lamar Odom is because I stood next to him. And if you get underneath his arms and up to his stomach, it's going to take some serious backing up for him to even hit him. So if he just swoops in under and plays like the close card, he gets some good body shots from Lamar Odom before Lamar Odom can hit him in the face. It's going to be interesting. That's an interesting fight.
Oh yeah, I saw him at one of the press conferences they did, and the size difference was just crazy. You know, if he gets on the inside, it's going to be a hard fight.
It's a different game. Yeah, it's a different game. I wouldn't even say, like, I could see him losing by TKO to Aaron Carter easily. And that just put this aspect aside of who's more athletic. Like, fundamentally, I don't even know if Lamar Odom's that athletic anymore. How long does he play basketball? I mean,
you think he's doing this just to get some press under his name again? I mean, he's been out of the woodworks for a while.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. I mean, I think he thinks Aaron Carter is an easy target, and Aaron Carter is actually training with different coaches and doing a lot of PR. I think Aaron Carter is a tough kid. I don't see it being a walk in the park for Lamar Odom, like as people think. Like I seen there's a line on it. It's like -200 Lamar Odom. I don't even understand because I watch Lamar Odom box and I watch Aaron Carter, and they're both not that good. So to even put one ahead of the other is crazy, Con. I mean, they're both decent, but like, then Lamar Odom could easily just get body shotted, inside shots, if that's what he's training Aaron Carter. But I know that's what I would be doing. If you asked me if I'd fight Aaron Carter, I'd say 100%. Or Lamar Odom, I'm sorry, Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom, I'll fight Lamar Odom the same night as Weidman. They let me.
Wow.
I don't think he's that athletic either. Now, have you ever seen some of my videos? You checked me out, obviously. Some of my speed videos on Instagram. I have a reel up, show my hand speed.
I did. I was actually scrolling down your feed for a little bit. I was intrigued by the supplements. I was actually stopping on a lot of the supplements. You know, I take supplements myself, so I was sitting there like,
what's your favorite supplement on the market? What do you take daily?
I like things that help with detox for my body sometimes because every once in a while I go on, I do fasting. So then every time you fast, you like to have a good cheat day and you want to be able to cleanse that stuff out. But my main favorite, I would have to say, is a good pre-workout.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I mean, I take a juice cleanse every once in a while just to clean my organs out, my body. That feels good. So I know what detox is like. A good juice cleanse never hurts. But pre-workout, man, are you a citric malate guy, a caffeine guy, a beta-alanine guy? What do you like?
I like to stay light with them. I'll be honest. I don't, the whole jittery feeling, stomachache feeling is not for me. The tingling, yes, you know, add some citrulline, arginine.
You don't like when your face is falling off?
No. You see guys double scooping that stuff. They're crazy.
That's me. I'm just, man, it's crazy the doors that can open in your life when you don't expect. Mm-hmm. Damien's helped me a lot with this promotion to get my name out there as a boxer. Wideneck's got enough balls to try to fight me. That's great. So I'm super excited to even just showcase my entertainment skills because when I grew up, I thought that when I was like 8, 9, that I was going to be a WWE wrestler. I have no idea why. Because Stone Cold was the fucking man when I was 10, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy that I used to choke slam people on the trampoline, and now I'm entertaining in celebrity boxing. It's like a different – it's like a dream come true in my mind.
So you never imagined yourself doing celebrity boxing. It was never something you said, I got to get this off my bucket list.
I didn't even know that it would blow up. Like I was telling my friends, are you going to take a fight 3 years ago? And I was going to take an MMA fight and cut to 170 pounds of 190. And I didn't want to cut weight because I started to and I got really skinny looking. I'm 6 foot tall. So, and I mean, there's girls, there's this, there's that. But bodybuilding wise, people are like, oh, you want a supplement company, but you're not jacked, you know? So there's always that like little like gray area. But
misconception, yep.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, man. And for me to MMA fight, I'd probably want to cut to 155 because just the athletes at 170 are just ginormous still. They're just huge. Carl Robinson's 170 pounds. Like,
oh yeah, these guys cut from. I mean, you've got some of these fighters cutting 20, 30 pounds just to try to make weight. I mean, they'll do anything to get that lightweight.
yeah, my roommate's 160, walks around and cuts to 135, and I don't even know how he makes 135 pounds.
Oh my goodness!
It seems like these wrestlers from high school. Remember when you were in high school and everyone was like had nothing on them? They were fighting a 105, 120, 115. Yeah, that's what I see in a lot of like my roommate shit. I'm just like, dude, you're wild. And celebrity boxing has no weight class. Like, is there a weight class tomorrow's fight?
So are you talking about the Jake Paul fight?
Yeah, is there even a weight
Ben
class?
Askren? Yeah, I think they're fighting 185. I know that Jake's a little bit bigger than him. You know, when they saw him standing next to each other, I said to myself, man, he's actually a little bit bigger. You see him, you know, as a YouTuber, you see him dancing around, clowning around.
Small dude. He was a good wrestler too, I think.
Yeah. I always thought his brother Logan was going to be the fighter.
I think kind of just like he seems a little soft, honestly. His brother.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know them, but I think he seems a little more softer than Jake would be. Jake, I think he's doing a great job with what he's trying to pull off, the kid Jake, honestly. I mean, he went from Disney to boxing, so I mean, it's like Drake going from Degrassi to rapping. It's like,
yeah,
network. It's like, it's whatever. I mean, publicity's publicity.
So let's talk about your brand for a minute. You got another brand that you started last year, correct? Canvas art? Offset. Okay. Tell us about that. What was the motivation behind that?
Digital canvas art. So I woke up one morning and I looked at my blank walls in my house and I wanted something like custom with my brand on it. Apex Sport, the Lion, maybe some accomplishments on it. And I had my team member like start making me something custom. It was actually a gift for me originally. And I was like, wow, like this is awesome. Like who wouldn't want this if they own a business? Like having an MMA Uncensored canvas at the MMA Uncensored office with like some cool athletes on it, quotes, all this cool stuff, accomplishments, magazines you guys been in, the whole nine. And when I started, I came with a good name, Offset Canvas, started the website.
That is a good name.
Thank you. We started some drop shipping. We came up in-house art. And it just blew up, man, around my area, especially like small businesses want like pieces for their offices, like dentist offices want like people's mouths with like stuff coming out, like car detailing shops want cars all over the wall, like pizza spots want pizza on the wall. And the art online is insane. Like we make custom art for MMA fighters. We make one with Ricky Mendejas. We have Ricky Mendejas on canvas knocking out James Gallagher. He's got it in his house. We got one for, let's see. We just made one for a guy in Bellator. His name is Kiefer Crosby.
Okay.
We just made him one. It's about to be Dublin this week. So that's pretty cool. We're working with a couple MMA fighters, other guys, Richie Lewis. So
yeah, I saw your
growing the brand, man.
I saw your sectional with Superman, or was it Rocky with the Superman thing, and it had the Looney Tunes on the bottom.
Yeah.
What inspires you to make these things? Now, well, to actually, you're just like, man, I'll just put whatever on there.
Well, that's a piece actually in my house. It's like Rocky Balboa knocking out the one fellow with like Looney Tunes flying around. The guy said, you can get creative. You got to think like outside the box. Like that's one of my favorite pictures. So just tweak it a little bit and say, okay, this stuff works, this stuff doesn't work. And then just throw it on a piece and throw it on your wall. It's like, it's a dream come true. You could we have a whole section for that on our website. Those are custom canvases. So you come with an idea, you pitch it to us, you write a description, and we come up with a result for you. And that's what's great about my canvas company too, because people ask me like, oh, what do you think about your canvas company? Like, where do you see in 3 years? Like, walls ain't going nowhere. So I don't know what people think. Like, I'm going to stop making custom canvases or wall art. It's like, it's almost like, and it's a great time in my life because all my friends are like moving out at the same time. They're all getting their own houses and they need wall art. And it's just like, I see other companies do it, and I'm just doing it with a little twist. You see ads all the time, like, and they even get like MMA fighters like Conor on canvases, and like I see who else do I see on canvases? Rocky and Muhammad Ali. People relate to that they think is inspiring, and I just think it's so great to like be able to inspire and put things that people enjoy on their own canvases. Like you hit me up and was like, yo, this is my favorite fighter. Like, people, maybe other people aren't into that person, but maybe you are, but you can't find something online that you really like. You want a custom detailed tailored to you, you know? So it's great that we can have the opportunity to bring that to people, you know, let them live it, man. So it's different.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It's really different. That company has seen the most insane growth. I'm so proud of it. My partner and me just took that company to the next level in like such a short amount of time too. Like, and the love that I get from owning another business on top of my one business is insane because people that support me on this business support me on this business, and it just snowballs because not all my friends take supplements. I get that, but all my friends got walls. So it's great, man. It's great. You said you used to own a supplement company, right? We talked a little bit.
Yeah. I actually still have my company. That's my that's what I do for a living. I'm a nutrition coach.
The market's hard, man. People don't understand. Amazon's killing the market.
Amazon's killing the market. You've got big brands, you know, kind of like protein brands. They flood it with all their own products. They've got you just got too many big hands in the pot. These billion-dollar operations trying to push out the small guys.
Yeah, it seems to be like it's like almost not fair, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles nowadays. Like the small retailers aren't even like a thing really. Like who's going into GNC and buying the stuff now? I mean, people aren't going to the mall. The mall, I walk around the mall, half the stores are closed. So
yeah, they've got a few malls in my area, man. They're ghost towns.
It's sad. And that's a whole nother topic. Amazon, Jeff, Bill, the Corona, it's a whole nother topic. I mean, personally, I think all that shit's planned. I think that all that shit's planned, like just a way for them to get rich. Simple people that suffer. You know,
so have your businesses struggled during these pandemics? I know a lot of people have.
I would say the gym's closing. I mean, definitely took a toll on people wanting to take supplements for a little while. And I think after they got in the routine of working out their house, it kind of picked back up, man. But there was definitely a hit. The canvas company, though, more people are sitting home on their phone, bored buying stuff. So it's a win-lose, you know. You never know until it happens, I guess.
So
as some stuff opens up, more stuff happens, you know. Gyms still wear masks, so.
Let the fans know if somebody wanted to go buy some of your supplements or some of your wall art, where could they go?
We have getapexsport.com for my supplements. We have Offset Canvas Go, so offsetcanvas.com. Offset, the digital art is very cheap. It's not expensive. A piece is like $150 for a 3x2 piece. 3 of them in your house can make your house look completely different. Your pad, whatever it may be. The supplements, just the top-notch supplements in the market, just the best formulated products I found and tweaked and tried and worked with formulators and researched over, redeveloped products. And after years, it's just like, it's crazy. Like the fat burner, it's just the amount of energy you get, the amount of weight loss and the amount of sweat you have is unmatched compared to other fat burners. And that's really, I'm not going to say it's my money maker, but that's my money maker, to be completely honest with you. Everyone wants to lose weight. My fat burner kills it. That's how I stay toned. I take one in the morning, I do some fasted, I come home, I'm really good. That's a quick mile run on the slice is all you need sometimes.
I think that's awesome that you take your own products too, because you know a lot of these big companies out there, they're just corporations. You know, there's not a man with a story behind it, how it was created. You know, if they take them.
Just to be able to take my own products and then like showcase my athletic abilities afterwards, like KO and wide neck, fighting another boxer, whoever wants to step to me next. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of idiots calling me out after wide neck. After they see what I do this man, can I fight that dude next? Paulie Malignaggi, silent celebrity boxing, who knows? But I'm out here just doing my own thing, and whoever wants to get in my way is going to get beat up, man. That's how it's going to go down, in my mind. And what I put in existence happens. It happens. I make it happen. And that's what's important.
Well, you brought up a name, Paulie Malignaggi. So what about him, man? Would you want to fight that guy?
I would fight that guy. I think he's a little old. I don't know what he's got left in the tank. I'd love to find out. I got some quick hands. He's with celebrity boxing. I mean, nothing against the guy. I don't know if I'm holding the wall. I think he's from my area, from by Jersey. So that would make sense. He's a world champ. People want to see if I got half the battle won, knocking out Wadneck. Like, can I fight a real boxer like him, a world champion? I would love to find out myself because I fight tough people daily, and I want to see with someone like him how far I can push it because I don't know if he can beat me, man. I'm a tough kid. I'm a really tough kid.
Well, he was in bare knuckle. So
yes.
if he just signed with Celebrity Boxing, that means he must be on the edge with bare knuckle because I know he was just calling out.
Did he win?
What's that?
Did he win?
I know he had some tough fights. He fought. He was actually just calling out the 155 champ, Luis Palomino. Do you watch bare knuckle?
I do. I don't know if he won though. I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see.
So he fought Artem. He fought off the top of my head. I know he was just calling out Luis Palomino. We just had Luis Palomino on the show because social media, man. There's always going back and forth.
I don't know if he won, man.
Is that something you would ever do, bare knuckle?
Bare knuckle sounds fun, not gonna lie to you, because it's like same thing as boxing, just without gloves, realistically. And it's a lot quicker and a lot more action. It is something I'm definitely interested in because I know Damon and his brother, and they brought it up to me, like, is that a possibility in the future? And I did not rule it out because I'm very young, 28. That stuff doesn't even gross me out, the bare knuckle shit. It's just similar to street shit. It's just a little bit more hardcore, and the wrist straps make the game. So I mean, I'm in. I broke my hand one time already. I broke this whole knuckle right here. So I mean, whatever, man. So,
okay, so you're not ruling it out.
Definitely something in the future that could happen. 100%. Definitely not ruling that out. What would I rather see? I don't know. I heard this guy does pay good. Maybe just stick in a box and go to Thriller. Maybe Barstool. Maybe put on a show for Portnoy. Who knows? Whoever wants to see me beat someone up next and pays the bag is going to get it. So,
speaking of Triller, how do you feel about Frank Mir coming back and fighting?
I seen that.
He's actually on the card with Jake Paul.
I seen that.
Yeah, I think they're the undercard, but he's still on there, man.
I think he wins. What do you think?
I've always been a fan. You got to call it for what it is. I actually saw him a few months ago.
I think
great shape. Guy's in great shape. He was a wrestler. When he took down Brock Lesnar, put Brock in the ankle pick or the ankle lock, I said to myself, man, what a smart man.
Yeah.
Get out of that as fast as you can.
I'm super, super pumped that this is even a thing now because just seeing a bunch of like real trained athletes, like MMA fighters beat each other all day is fun, but like just seeing like different controversial shit happen that like you don't know the outcome and it unfolding is actually really fun to watch. Like some of these guys that are coming out the woodworks, like Tyson fighting last year was exciting. Another thing, he's supposed to fight again in July, right?
Who's that?
Tyson?
Yeah, I heard about that. You never know what's fake news or not, but I did hear he might come back.
I see Eddie Alvarez might fight Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Floyd Mayweather is going to fight Jake Paul's brother Logan Paul. You never know if that's true or not.
They pulled that off now, but see, the thing with Floyd has so many Instagram followers that he just announces shit out his ass just to get clout around him to grow himself weekly. Like he announced last week he was going to fight Henry Cejudo. Is that gonna happen?
Yeah. We actually just had him on.
Henry's the man. I think I actually like him. I mean, people hate his guts. I don't know why. He just does his thing.
Triple C.
He's the man. I like him. Yeah, I don't know why people buy everything that comes on the web. Now, I mean, this is undisclosed, and this is what I personally think. I went to the Conor versus Floyd Mayweather fight in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it live. I seen what Vegas was going on in Vegas. I seen the people run around the street. I seen everything unfold. to be completely honest, I watched the fight time after time after time. It looked like Conor was just boxing, but his skill is so MMA-like, and it looked like that was a walk in the park for Floyd. I don't even think he tried the first 9 rounds. I think he waited and like gave the people a show. I'm not gonna say like it's kind of odd that the over in the fight was 9.5, and as soon as the over hit, he just turned it up like that. The 10th round just came out guns blazing and KO'd Conor.
Mm-hmm.
Something doesn't process right in my head where I'm like, why did you just do that in the beginning? Because I know as a fighter, watching people, they could turn it on, turn it off when they want, and he was just toying Conor the first 8 rounds, 9 rounds. He wasn't even trying. He was just giving the people a show, and I watched it live. Like he did not have a care in the world. It's like me telling you I'm going to go into the ring with wide neck and do exactly what I'm going to tell you I'm going to do is what he's doing. And Floyd can do that. You seen him fight the Chinese kid last year?
Yeah. No, Floyd, he's got that light switch, man. He can turn it off and on at any given time.
Yeah, so I think that's what happened with that fight. I don't think Floyd has anything to worry about. I think he's just chilling. So do I think that I'd like to see him fight somebody else, but it's all stupid. He's going to win every fight. Like, no one's beating Floyd Mayweather.
No, they're not going to allow it. So talking about Conor McGregor, how do you feel about the fight with him and Dustin? How do you think that went?
I think Conor's going to put everything he's got into this camp. And Dustin's a great fighter, and he's matured a lot. He showed it in his last fight. I think it's going to be a brawl. Do I think I know who's going to win? It's whoever doesn't make a mistake.
At that level, it's whoever doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I know." They can both beat each other 100%. That kind of competitive level of those kind of athletes, it's whoever doesn't make a mistake. Like me and the other celebrity boxers is kind of like our skill sets are all like so far apart still. Where you have someone like those people so high up that it just mistakes. It's kind of like going to play a football game and whoever gets picked off more loses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the NFL, like whoever throws more picks, usually that team loses. Whoever has more turnovers, same thing. So that's the way I see that fight going down. So I really can't say. But Dustin's a hell of a fighter. But I think
they're both top-notch guys. They're both. I just wanted to ask because we were talking about Conor.
I'm more interested in John Jones fighting Igani. That's what I'm more interested in. And I looked up some lines, and it looks like Igani would come in as the favorite.
That's a monster right there. If he connects just one good time, it could really hurt Jones. But Jones, again, he's got – I mean, John, you know, one of my favorite fighters growing up was Anderson Silva and Tito Ortiz. Anderson Silva would come out. I remember him knocking a guy with his big toe, literally. Kicked him, didn't even hit him.
Yeah.
So John Jones reminds me of that. Lanky, tall, doesn't really have to do much, and he makes it look so easy. So it's like
he's again, like talking about athletes, his whole family, John Jones' whole family is like a next level athlete. He's a freak. To sit here and tell you that if John Jones and Francis Ngannou fight and John Jones is the underdog, I'm putting my house on John Jones because I don't think. Did he look a little bit washed against Dominic Reyes? A little bit sure, but like. He's going to put everything he's got into that fight if he gets the fight. And I don't even know if Dana White will pay him because I think he doesn't fight for anything less than $15 million. So,
yeah, that whole money contract thing, there's a big thing with the UFC right now, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, they're not paying them what they're worth and what they're worth to the company. And it's because anyone will fight in the UFC because of the name of the UFC. They can get athletes to fight whenever they want. They don't even got to pay you. Because they make the show. They're the UFC. You're just go fight over in Bellator. They'll say, okay, go ahead. They don't care.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going different ways, man.
Yeah, like bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle's growing. Bare
knuckle's huge.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle's like the fastest growing
combat sport. Yep.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's unbelievable how fast that's grown. Did he sell that?
No. I think he's got some investors coming in, but I'm pretty sure they haven't sold that. I'll tell you what, though, because I've been to a lot of bare knuckles live ringside, and I'll tell you what, watching the females fight with no gloves is amazing. There was I actually walked out on the Paige Van Zandt fight with Britain Hart because I was like, man, they're just going to give it to her, and they didn't. But it's exciting. I mean,
I almost took Paige that night, and I didn't. So happy.
Yeah, kind of like the fastest knockout. Yuli Monster. He came out there and the guy didn't even break a sweat. It was so fast, man. That I think it's one of the most exciting sports there is right now.
It just as the more action, the more exciting it is nowadays. It's crazy. That's all people care about is action. So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sport. I mean, it's crazy, and it's sad that all the AC promotions. I live in New Jersey. All the Atlantic City promotions are like falling apart. Like, it used to be the Ring of Combat. That shit was dope. That was the MMA promotion. That's not even really around anymore. CFFC's they've taken over out here, but they're not even in Atlantic City. They're in Philly. The 2300 arena now. So just to see like different like things open up, like bare knuckle is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're actually going to be in Alabama this next fight too.
Yeah,
I think that's the first time they've been in Alabama.
They're on like 20 events deep or something, right?
Yeah, no, they're like I said, they're growing, man. They got one now. It's going to be Miami in the Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play. That's supposed to be a really big event. I know Thiago Alves. He's actually going to be fighting Yuli Diaz on that card.
Yeah, I've been in talks with Damon about bare knuckle, and definitely, depending on like which situation happens, it could be a route for me. Definitely not afraid of it. It'll be fun. It would definitely be fun.
So after your fight with Wide Neck, if things go your way the way you're planning on it, this guy calls you up and says, "Listen, we want you to fight bare knuckle 2 weeks. Would you take the fight?"
Show me the money. No? But I'm interested in showing people how to fight a real boxer first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's my main focus. And usually I set myself to a task and I don't fall short. So that's all I'm focused on right now is training like 6-7 days a week and just running and training with the best boxers I know and just sparring hard and just pushing my body to its limits and just seeing what God has in store for me. Because to sit here and just pick opponents and shit, it's all useless, man. It's just put up or shut up to me.
Yep.
There's not enough time, honestly, to pick opponents. I got this fight. It's like 50 days away. I'm hoping it's tomorrow right now. Like,
so you're ready now.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm just pumped to showcase my skills, honestly, man. You've competed in obviously wrestling tournaments and stuff before.
Yeah.
So the only thing I've never had is that adrenaline dump, walking into the ring or whatever. So that should be something fun to see. That's why, you want to just feel what that feels like the first round, feel it out, and then just when you're ready, press the gas. But that's really the only thing I'm not experienced in. But it's just going to feel like another day training at the gym to me, probably. So
2 scoops of that pre-workout, man.
Basically, I mean, I don't even know what would happen if I took my pre-workout before I fought him. I'm honestly afraid to see what happened. Because it's just some intense shit, man, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, MMA Uncensored. It's crazy how you guys cover boxing, MMA. People you interviewed, who struck you as someone that really was intelligent that you thought was different and you liked interviewing?
Say that one more time. It kind of broke up.
Who did you like interviewing recently that you've interviewed that you thought was definitely a character?
Oh, what's crazy is I'm actually the new host here. I know the podcast was stopped for a little bit. I think the most interesting one, we didn't interview Ben Askren. He was kind of quick. He had to go real fast. But I think I'd have to go with probably Triple C. Probably Triple C. I know I don't like to be on the spot. Triple C, man, he comes out with the cringe, and he's got so much personality, and even though it kept dropping, he kept coming back on, but I love what he's about, and I love that he knows. Yeah. I mean, I mean, we did interview Misha Tate. Misha Tate is, coming back, and I've always been a fan of hers. But you never know who you're gonna be on. I mean, we'll be on with you today. Potentially be on with John Jones tomorrow. You never really know who we're going to be talking to. It's so exciting. It's like the suspense of coming up to it.
More easy shows up. What's next?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Triple C seems like a cool guy. That's a good one. I'm sure Ben was a little like blah. No offense, Ben, if you could hear me. But I mean,
he was just busy that day. He's got a lot going on. It was like
he's about to fight. He's about to fight Jake Paul, Disney star himself. So
yeah.
He's got to beat Jake, because if not, he'll look like a joke. So I mean, we all know he can't fight going into it. So it's just like at this point, it's like whatever. The outcome is just unpredictable. But the real question is, what does Jake Paul do if he loses?
I mean, he does have YouTube to fall back on. Honestly, I don't.
Boxing.
He's so dedicated to the sport. I've been following him on this little journey he's got going on, and I see him picking right back up and continuing.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel bad and discouraged, honestly, as a person, if I see him just quit. But all the shit he talks about Ben, how bad Ben is, that would just make him look worse. That's why he should maybe have a more humble route, because Ben is a great athlete. So it would look bad on his part. Put down the person he's fighting. That's why personally, I won't say anything bad about Wadneck. He's a good guy. So it's just the way he carries himself and the things he does is the reason why he has so much hate on the internet. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of little girls that love him and stuff because of who he is. But like the way you carry yourself as a man is a lot to show about the person you are, Like, why isn't he hopping on MMA Uncensored doing a little interview? Is he too cool for that? Is he too good? Like, why does he think he can't lose to Ben Askren? Because he's never fought him. So that whole persona he gives off, I mean, maybe that's his vibe, but it's going to be really shitty if he loses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah. You don't build up yourself that bad and then go into a fight and lose, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I kind of you see that GoFundMe for Ben, I'm sure. Or him choking him out or something. I don't think he'll do that. I don't think with this Justin Bieber's there performing, it would be so controversial. Like, what are we watching? Like,
not only that too, but you probably get fined for something like that, man. Besides losing your purse, disqualified for slamming or choke slamming the guy or double leg or.
It's kind of like when Khabib jumped out the ring. I was there for that fight. That was insane. When Khabib jumped out the ring, let me tell you something. I'm there live. Khabib jumps out this ring, is attacking. I don't know who's attacking. Dylan Dennis. I don't even know. So he jumps out the ring. When I tell you I left the arena, there was like riots in the street.
Oh,
it was
man.
crazy. It's like they thought they were getting like attacked. These Russians that came to watch Khabib. It was just so awkward. Like walking past the what was that? Not In-N-Out. The Shake Shack. Just there's fights in the Shake Shack. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I thought the fucking world was ending.
That's got to be scary.
It was insane. I've never been to an event that ended like that. It was very odd because there was a lot of Russians there, and they thought like, I don't know what they thought, but like, yeah, it was weird, man. It was weird. That was a weird event.
Yeah, I wasn't there live, but I was watching it on TV, and I'll tell you what, man, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, like I was like, what did I just watch?
It's always crazy when they break out in a fight inside the arena. I think the last bare knuckle I was at, there was a fight in the stands, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, who comes to an event? I mean, some people come like, I'm going to fight, but your mindset. What kind of mindset do you have? You're watching professional athletes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be entertainment, right? That's why people pay. Pay-per-view, it's entertainment. People take it real seriously. Like everyone doesn't think like me or you. It's their reputation on the line too. Like how much of a chump would I look like if I talk all this shit and I go in there and I get KO'd by wide neck? Like and you know what? That's part of like what comes with fighting. People don't realize that. So you're putting a lot on the line, your reputation, yourself. So people get discouraged when they lose and they get angry and they take it on different ways. Everyone's different, Humans are not all made the same, and that's what people don't realize.
Yeah. Well, listen, Drew, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Do me a favor. Anyone you want to shout out, you know.
I want to shout out you, Matt. My roommate, Phil Caracappa, Matt Caracappa, Nick Caracappa, all keep me in shape daily, motivating me. They got fights coming up. I got a fight coming up. It's nothing better than that. My trainers, you know, Carl Beam, John Leonardo, Dante Rivera. You know, I wouldn't be where I'm at without them motivating me and just telling me that I'm a psychopath and that I got enough energy and a heart to do whatever I want. And that's why I'm in the position I am today with fighting, at least.
Yeah, you could definitely see that drive, man. You know, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, you definitely have it in you, man. I'm actually excited to see this fight.
I'm excited to entertain you too, Matt, believe it or not.
And one more time, let everyone know, let the fans know where they can go and see your products and your wall art.
Offsetcanvas.com, the best digital wall art in the game, and GetApexSports.com, the best performance supplements in the game.
Awesome. I will make sure.
Thank you, Matt, for having me on today. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put your link down there, man, so we can let everyone know where to find your stuff.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
June 12th, tune in.
June 12th, tune in.
Wide neck KO'd, baby.
That's right. You heard it.
Let's rock, Matt. Thank you again.
Thank you for being on.
Bye, bro.
All righty. What a great show we had there. So you've heard it. Very confident, very humble, talks very well about his opponent, Wide Neck. Now we got to get you on here, Wide Neck. Let's go. Let's see what you got to say, man. Everybody, MMA Uncensored out.